And the German GovData portal is outside of this triangle. It's federating metadata on all levels. So I have here this way of describing it. So you see, from the municipality level, metadata travels in a metadata federation, pretty much as it was meant for ADMS, up to the open data portal in Germany, and then we have an interface with the one-to-many European open data portals. So we try to provide a one-stop shop of open metadata on open data towards the European Commission. And what you can see here is already one challenge that we have. It's the duplicates, because you can imagine a metadata set traveling on various routes to the same destiny may result in duplicates, especially if metadata is changing. You will see it afterwards. So what did Germany do? We created the German extension of ISA² application profile. Having this done, Germany is part of other countries. We have seen this morning, and we did so-called horizontal extension, and there are others which go more vertically, which are specialized extensions like GeoDecayed or StatDecayed, we just heard before. So what is now tailoring? It's the action of slicing, stripping down, of deciding which of the attributes do we really need and do we need other ones. So really extending, restricting the given vocabulary. So let's have a look. These are the ones that we use out of the ISA product line, so to say. And those of you involved really in Decayed AP, you know that Decayed AP for European data portals itself is the umbrella, and inside you can find W3C Decayed, ADMS, an ISA action, and the core location vocabulary. And a lot of other vocabulary which comes from W3C and from other origins. So what did we do? We created the German Decayed APDE for data portals in Germany. So whenever a local community now wants to create a data portal, they are no longer obliged to use a SECAN instance, what is done today, but they can rely on a technology-neutral standard at the middle and use it. Okay, I will show you some of the challenges. We encountered vocabularies which were hard to use. This is one on publisher type. ADMS publisher type makes a distinction between company and private, or between national and local authority. We only use local, national, regional. One example, the Deutsche Bahn, so the German railway, they are private, but they are owned by the state, and we really have challenges of saying whether open data from Deutsche Bahn is public or private, so we do not make this distinction. We only say rely on the levels. Another need we saw was to extend the role model. So Decayed AP features a publisher, contact point, and we added creator and contributor, and we created two German, so to say, properties. Originator, which reflects the German concept of Urheber, which is not creator and not author. If not, we would have reused it. And the maintainer, which is the Valletta of metadata. Well, another thing I want to explain to you is we created the planned availability. So with Decayed AP DE, you can stick an information to the data set. You can say, this data set is only experimental. Please don't use it. It will disappear. Or you can say, it's available, or it's even stable. So you do not need to rely on a data portal, but it's metadata on the data set itself, explaining to the future reuser whether he can rely or not. So we thought it's a very good idea. We were inspired by the ODI certificate website. So to tell you also what is Decayed APDE about, this is the W3C semantic web stack, and I want to show you here that in addition to the specification, we also created an URI concept. As Decayed AP is an RDF standard, it heavily relies on URIs. These are these cryptic URLs, so to say. And so we felt the need of telling the German administrations how to create an URI and what name scheme to follow. In addition, we created validation artifacts, which we now want to donate to ISA. So we will strip down all the German specific things. And so we will have a decayed AP XSD, a decayed AP JSON, a decayed AP JSON schema, which was not there before. So as we benefited from the work of ISA², we want to give back to you with the member state money, give back to the community so that reuse can happen. Okay, so lessons learned. At first, ADMS, decayed, so W3C, decayed, and ISA core location vocabulary covered most of the requirements that we had. So we can express geographic names, geo-URIs, and so on. We used JoinUp in the past for a public consultation process. On a previous work, prior to decayed APDE, we created OGD standard, and public participation process gave us back a lot of hints and advice, and so we changed a bit our mind, and now we are reusing decayed AP. And this also was very good for acceptance management. So whenever we now say that we are doing a German extension of decayed AP, everybody says, okay, it's fine. Important that you don't create your own German stuff. But in doing this, we encountered things that you encounter when you go to practice, when you do the reality check. And some of them I want to show you here. So the core location address structure. I know that very few of you now have the idea of what is the core address structure, but it does not fit for various reasons. It has a thoroughfare attribute, so it's pretty much British, and we have quite problems of storing a German address into this British component. And then I showed you the publisher type. That's the same with license type. This is because of historic origins. ADMS was there before decayed, and ADMS was there also to express capacities of OSOR, an open source software. So of course the ADMS vocabulary is fits quite much to the open source world, but we see challenges with the open data world. It starts with licenses. There are different licenses. An Apache license has nothing to do with an open data license, and so on. Yeah. And to conclude, we had also challenges in validating these data sets. So RDF is fine, it's semantic, it's open, decentralized, and so on, but it's really hard to validate if you don't use a standard that was created 1 month ago, Shackle. So we will in future follow the actions about this W3C candidate recommendation, Shackle, and yeah, we believe that it's very good to be able to validate prior to sending, so that you can check the quality of your data, and we are also convinced that quality of metadata has to happen where it is created. So it's the people at the local level which has the interesting open data sets. Those need to provide high-quality metadata. Once it is at the very end of the federation, at European scale or even at national scale, you can no longer modify the metadata. This is what we think. So these were the lessons learned. Thank you very much.